Hello, what is going on? It is your old pal here, the Obscurist Tourist. And listen, today I have a very, very special place to show you. It is a place that I have been meaning to visit for many, many years, ever since I read about it. And you can see Santa and some horses right behind me. I am in Sparta, Wisconsin, the home of the F.A.S.T fiberglass mold graveyard. Right behind me, this vast field, right back there is home to the molds of many, many of the infamous and famous statues, statuettes, and figures that you see in roadside attractions and outside of restaurants and businesses throughout America. This is the F.A.S.T Fiberglass Company, and it was all made right here, one of the most famous places and inconspicuous places that you never knew existed, and now you do. And I'm going to show you around because the grounds of this place are absolutely wild and beyond your wildest dreams. So without further ado, I am going to show you the F.A.S.T Fiberglass Mold Graveyard. Let's go. And here are some rules for those wishing to visit the F.A.S.T Fiberglass Mold Graveyard. Just letting you know about the risks, not jumping on anything, being aware of where you're walking. And yes, there are a few wild animals around here. A friend of mine saw a snake a little while ago, so be aware. You are free to do what you like, but please be careful doing it. Just look at this place, sprawling as far as the eye can see. Let's see what we can find in there. This is gonna be fun. If you're like me, then you've often wondered where the giant statues that greet you at America's many roadside attractions come from. From the giant big boy figure holding a hamburger to Wisconsin's giant pink elephant, these iconic statues all started here at F.A.S.T Fiberglass. So then, let's give you a little backstory on the F.A.S.T Fiberglass Statue Mold Yard and why this place even exists. First off, this isn't a graveyard for junk or even a final resting place for roadside attraction statues. This is a yard in flux filled with still usable molds, a place where the F.A.S.T Fiberglass Company can quickly and cheaply create sculptures based on previous molds requested by previous customers. One of the rules for F.A.S.T is that it doesn't throw anything away. After all, they never know when a customer will request a giant fiberglass dog statue. Though it's not certain when exactly the F.A.S.T business began, since it's a culmination of 5 iterations of the company over the years. Sculpted Advertising opened its doors in the 1960s to help produce larger-than-life animals to businesses and roadside attractions, and eventually changed its name once again to Creative Display in the mid-1970s. One of the first iconic pieces completed here was the 145-foot freshwater fishing Hall of Fame muskie, still on display in Hayward, Wisconsin. In 1983, Jerome Vetris incorporated the company under the name Fiberglass Animals, Shapes, and Trademarks, which, as an acronym, is what it is now commonly known as today, F.A.S.T. So the next time you see a giant mouse greeting you at a Wisconsin cheese shop, you now know where those magical fiberglass animals began their life cycle. We are on the very edge of the fiberglass graveyard here, but you can see just beyond these figures and shapes just how massive this place is. Very cool. Oh, that looks neat over there. Let's check that out. Look at this over here. How cool is that? It's the head of a lion. Wow, that's awesome. And some figurines over here. And a donut. Yes, please. If you're looking for a Viking ship in the Wisconsin grasslands here, look at this. Right here in Sparta. And here are the figures I saw from behind earlier. Very cool. This place is amazing. So much more to see. Hey, look, it's the old woman who lived in a shoe. And I don't know if you can see that. An owl face right into the top there. And a snowmobile and a quad bike. Giant quad bike, very cool. A frog, a lion, even a camel back there. This is so awesome. Honestly, I feel like a little kid here. So much to see. Whoa, look at that. A giant skull. And right behind him, that figure, very difficult to make out. Probably about 15, 20 feet tall, so it's on its back. Very hard to decipher exactly what that figure is, aside from a man. And this is pretty cool. Look at this, it's a giant bovine, a giant cow here. Probably about 4 times the size of a real cow or a real bull here, just on its side. A slide of some sort, perhaps the bottom of a tree at an amusement park or something. Some rocks. And of course, I mean, what is a fiberglass graveyard without a giant, what I assume is an apple? More Viking ships over here. And look at this. Who's that? A captain of some sort. Look at that face. Faceless, really. So cool. Look at this. A mermaid right on a giant anchor. And some feet in the foliage and grass here. Another captain, it looks like. A couple of captains, really. Look at this guy. Just monstrous. Arms up. There's another figure over there. So cool. And you got some more cows over here, some bovines. How you doing, fellas? Perhaps you've seen some better days. Another giant elephant head over here. Hey, some little hippos right here. All the animals you could ever want are right here in this field. It is just absolutely amazing. So cool. And if you're driving down the road from the west to east through Sparta, you will see the Sparta High School. And these are the symbols of the Sparta High School. I assume it would be the football team, maybe the basketball team, or just the whole school, but there it is. Color and all. Not a lot of color here, but down on the other side, I assume there is. So, Rancho Santa Maria, one of the rare signs here that can be attributed to a specific place. So, if you know where the Rancho Santa Maria is, you will find this dual cow combination. quite make out what this says. Rare, I don't know, for rare, eat rare? I don't know. Some missing letters there. Look at this, some boots, more figures. This is so amazing. Look at that, rubber ducks. Although they're not rubber, they're fiberglass. Hard to tell what a lot of these things are because they're surrounded by foliage. This looks like what I assume is a giant fish. More fish over here. I guess they are partitioned off in what particular animal they fall under. What is that, a sunfish over there? A lot of things. Looks like, I don't know. I feel like I know this symbol. Do I know this symbol? This figure here on a submarine or something looks, I'll have to investigate this more. It is ringing a bell. And over here are a couple things that you will know 100% because look, it is the molds of Big Boy himself. The hamburger joint we all know and love here in America. Look, there's even a giant hamburger. Look at that. How cool is this thing? Awesome. Check this out. Ice cream. Discarded giant ice cream cones. What a sad, sad sight. A little sad ice cream cone and just some cones. Wow, this is super cool. It really is quite amazing that all of these molds are just sitting in a field here and that the owners of the property trust visitors to walk through it all completely unaccompanied. I haven't seen a single person here. I guess you can't really steal these things, being that they are so large, but still, I'm sure it wouldn't take much to damage one of these molds inadvertently. Look at this big guy right here. Look at that belly. He certainly does not miss many meals. Just a pair of legs standing up here, and I was actually wondering, where is his torso and the rest of his body gone? And if you look just beyond here in the overgrown grass, there he is. Boom, right there, laying down. Another warrior forgotten here in Sparta. And this looks like a forgotten monk here in the grasses of Sparta. So the sun is in a spot that isn't ideal at all right now. It's early afternoon, kind of weird, but it's giving off this odd shadow over this entire yard. So I can't get a great shot of this giant frog. Yeah, these are so interesting. Look at this bird here. I don't think it's an eagle or a bird of prey. Usually you can tell by the curved beak, but no curve on this guy here. And right behind him, and it's a giant bunny rabbit, or more like a hare. It's really quite overwhelming to see all of these things together in a field. American history at its finest. Look at these, gophers, mice, or maybe just rats. More creatures in the grass here, and look at that. Is that? It is. Looks like a rhinoceros. And look at the face of this guy. Urgh. He's quite angry, isn't he? Some giant ducks. Rubber duckies. Not rubber, but fiberglass, rather. Just, you can really see the detail, the rivets, the fiberglass here. So solid. Not sure how long these particular ones have been sitting out in the field, but they do clearly stand the test of time. something I saw earlier, and it only now has it dawned on me what it actually is this is a giant disassembled Brontosaurus. You can see the head right in front of me and parts of it around. Look at its legs, its feet. Kind of cute, just sitting here. Definitely each one of these feet is about, I would assume, about 6.5 feet tall to 7 feet. So this isn't a small figure by any means.
So I'm currently on my way to Wyoming on a road trip, and here's something I hope and expect to see on my trip to Yellowstone National Park. It is a bison. Hey, buddy. A little color here. We got ourselves a tropical water slide, including a parrot to watch over the wet festivities. Who's a good boy? This dog is so pleased with himself. Stay there. And here's something you wouldn't expect here in a field in Wisconsin. Some killer whales. What? Look at this. A man riding a penny farthing? Okay then. Pretty random, but this whole place is random.
To see some before and after, this is actually a finished product for what they produce here. And even though this is a graveyard of sorts, this business is still making these figures to this day. Very, very cool to see the juxtaposition. So cool. Something I came across earlier in my road trip this time around was the pink elephant, just southeast of here. And this looks to be the mold of that very pink elephant, just monstrously big. So cool. Again, you can see the craftsmanship of almost a face within a face. Look at this. The tusks would have come down here. And you can see just how cool that is. And if baseball is your thing, who would have thunk it? A little fanfare to the Los Angeles Dodgers and their championships in 1981 and 1988. Very, very cool. Probably would have gone into a bar of some sort. Oh, let's not discount the 1955 and 59 championships, of course. Sorry, Dodgers fans. Brooklyn. A little homage to that, too. Look at this giant shark. Look at those teeth. Super scary. Wow. Wouldn't want to see what restaurant that is promoting. A whale, another elephant. So cool. And here's the sunfish that I saw from the other side. Pretty awesome. And look at this, some piranha, more fish. Absolutely amazing. A dragon, giant dragon head, and the most evil thing here in the entire graveyard. No, it is not this serpent head. It is the devil himself, El Diablo, right here in this field. How creepy is that? And check this out. Love this scene. It's like a little leaning teddy bear onto a pussycat. And throw in a little religion on top of it, and you got quite the trifecta. It's a giant chicken head. Or is that a hen? Don't know my poultry so well. And it looks like a pheasant, perhaps, of some sort. More figures in the grass here. And look at this, a one-eared rabbit. Hey, buddy. That is so neat. And you got some mountain lions here, another bull, some bears, white bear, and man, this is an absolute dream to see all this stuff. All of the stuff from yesteryear of roadside attractions, a big thing that I love to document. And here it is, all built right here. You can see the hind legs of a giant horse. And I'm not sure what that is. This is so cool though. You can see some tusks from perhaps a moose down there. What is that, a dog wearing a cowboy hat? If you know or recognize this figure, I would love to know. Let me know. Man, how cool is this place? It is one of my favorite things that I've ever visited. The F.A.S.T. Fiberglass Mold Graveyard. And I could probably spend another 2 hours here and still not really see everything, but I gave you a good gist. If you ever think of coming this way through Sparta, through Wisconsin, highly recommend you stop by this place because it is free and they welcome all visitors to come visit and explore for yourself. For now, it is the Obscurist Tourist saying so long, take care of yourselves, stay beautiful, and until our next wacky adventure, see you later. Go play some baseball with this giant baseball mitt.